Welcome to Monday night, you guys. I love y'all. And I love Stacy, even though he does this to me almost every week. We're supposed to share a brain. He knows that. So we are so glad that you took the time out tonight to come and listen to Greg talk about your words. I'm really excited about hearing this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the one, the only Greg Berg.
Thanks, Melissa. Hey, good Monday evening, everybody. I had another topic in mind, and this is just with some of the things that have been going on with us for the last 2.5 weeks with different challenges and some just different stuff happening. This morning when I woke up, I was like, words, because it really is all about words. What words do you use? What things do you say to yourself? Because words are going to set you up for how you go forward. And I know we talk a lot about this in a lot of different areas. I mean, Christy talked a little bit about it in leadership. Melissa's talked about it in motivation. Stacy talked about it, and Jan's talked about it. But I just don't think it can be talked about enough. So words, we got 5 weeks until the end of the fiscal 2024. So that means you got 5 weeks for those of you to finish up that are going to Founders Club, finish that up. And we got 5 weeks to set it up for Founders Club 2025, because here in 5 weeks, we're going to find out what the dynamics, what qualifications are for Founders Club 2025. And we're going to find out where that will be, right? So here we are, or 2026 or whatever it is. So words. I mean, and mostly we're going to talk about, I'm going to just reference positive affirmation, because I can honestly tell you that I poo-pooed anything to do with positive affirmation for years. I was a good negative motivator, both personally and outwardly. I mean, you can go back and talk to all my college football players. There ain't a whole lot of positive affirmation going on when I was talking to them. I'm telling you that. Positive motivation, not a whole lot. So it was mostly a butt kicking, and I kind of grew up that way, and so that was kind of hard, and it's really hard. And some of the things I'll bring to you really are kind of tough, because it really deals inward, and to understand the impact of a positive affirmation, we have to understand the power of the tongue. Because what we speak helps shape our minds, our thoughts, our behaviors, and it really affects our overall well-being. And if you'd have told me that 15 years ago, I'd have told you I got a mountain for you, and there might be a pond at the bottom of it if you go ahead and jump. That's probably as positive as I would be. But I had to change my thinking. I had to change the way I spoke. I had to change all of that, especially when we got involved in this business. So the first thing, the introduction that we have for ourselves of positive affirmations. And positive affirmations are simple, but they're powerful. There are things we have to repeat to ourselves. What do you say to yourself? Oh, man, I mean, I remember all the time just saying to myself, come on, Chubby, we got to get this done. When I had something to do. And I learned that I was just speaking that I was going to carry all this excess weight just by calling myself some kind of name like that. Well, any of you that really know me, you would know. I said, there's a couple of you on here for sure. I would say, come on, fat boy, you got to get this done. And that's the way I spoke to myself. And I learned not that long ago. I mean, we've been involved in the business, what, Jan, 6 years now, 5 years, 6 years? Now, this, as of August, has been 6 years. And how impactful in these last 6 years, just by the first couple of years learning to change how I spoke and how it really set a positive mindset for getting things done. Things like, I am confident, I'm capable, I attract success every day. And this one was the first one I heard, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Somebody said that around me like the first 6 months I was in the business. One of the first functions I was at, and I was like, yeah, mm-hmm. And so, but when you learn to talk more positively to yourself, when you say that in every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better, you start to believe it as long as you're speaking it. Speak it, 2 ears hear it. Okay? Positive, they're powerful. You repeat them to yourself to promote positive mindset and influence your thoughts and behavior. Second thing, the power of the tongue. I mean, it is the strongest muscle we have in our body because it has so much influence over us. Proverbs 18:21. I found this. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat its fruits. So the impact of that is we have the ability to tear ourselves down so quickly, and not just ourselves, but when we tear ourselves down, we similarly outwardly portray that to others, and that's difficult. The words we speak influence our body language, they influence our mood, they influence our actions, and they even fall over into our relationships. There's 3 benefits of using positive affirmations. The first one is on your mental health because it actually reduces stress, it reduces anxiety, and it helps promote that more positive outlook. The second thing it helps with is self-esteem. It helps you build your confidence. And it helps build your sense of self-worth. The third thing is a behavioral change. It increases positive habits and proactive attitude towards challenges. I mean, have you ever had a flat tire on the side of the road? It's like, man, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. Just saying. And an added bonus, really, this blends into relationships then because it enhances your communication, fosters more positive and supportive interactions with others. And think about all the conversations you have with your good friends, acquaintances, your besties, your loved ones. When somebody is being the negative Nelly, are you looking for the nearest door? Are you looking for that quick exit? You try to change the topic. Yeah, you know, the Eeyore. We were watching Winnie the Pooh with our grandson the other day, and I'm like, yeah, here comes Eeyore. Everything's always bad. And we all have some Eeyores in our life. A friend of mine told me once, you know, sometimes you got to go to guns and you got to just rapid fire at people, and other times you just got to turn and run. And when you get them Eeyores, I'm just telling you, turn and run. Them Eeyores can drag you down so quickly. Number 4, how to create positive affirmations. This, in my book, is a tough one because you have to clearly define what you are trying to affirm. So instead of saying, I am successful, say I'm successful achieving my goals every day. Add things, clearly define it, drill down. We all hear the word drill down. And I think a lot of us think, well, what the hell is drill down? That's becoming more clear of what you want, more clearly define exactly where you want to go, exactly who you want to be with. The I am statements. Use I am rather than I will, because I will is, well, someday, because if you think, well, I will do that. I mean, we have a child that says, yeah, I will get that done. If mom asks that child to get something done, I will get it done. Which year? Because it will get done, but we just don't know when. I am going to do that right now. So use the present tense is I am. You know, make it personal, that I statement, and talk to yourself. I am a gold manager. I am a director. I am an executive. I am an ambassador. Whatever it is, speak that so you hear it. That was difficult for me. When somebody, Calistadel especially, pulled me aside and said, you know what, you need to change your thought. You need to say, I am. I was like, I had to back up a little bit. I was about 8 months into the business, and I started, that's when I really started to pay attention. And you need to repeat these things. So number 5 is the techniques of using positive affirmations. Daily repetition. Repeat your affirmations multiple times daily. Especially when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. And any time that you can do them between those times is like a bonus in my book. The second part of that is mirror work. How many of you ever stood in front of the mirror and tried to say positive affirmations? Or hopefully many of you use positive affirmations on a daily basis. But if you don't, and if you have tried it and you stand in front of the mirror, you feel silly right away, right? Because you don't believe what's coming out of your mouth. Well, to go along with that, maybe to help you get used to that, you know, it was just sometime in the last few weeks we heard about visualization, right? Visualization seems to be a little bit easier way of getting yourself to that positive affirmation, because you can sit back in a chair and you don't have to look at yourself. I mean, I look at myself and I'm like, because you might not believe what's coming out of your mouth, but you can believe if you close your eyes and you say it to yourself and you visualize, I am. You know, for any of those of you, and I don't know what the other executives here are going to tell you, but when we were running for executive, we kept saying, I am an executive. I am going to speak on stage. And we named the function that we were going to speak on stage. And we would sit and visualize the music coming on, because those of you that have been to a function, you know the music comes on and the speakers come out onto the stage. And you come out onto the stage and it's, you know, it's hype music and you're ready to go, and you just start to visualize that. Well, then it's easier to step in front of the mirror now that you visualize it, because you start to believe it and you can start to say it to yourself, because you're thinking, you know what? It's going to happen, because you're saying it repeatedly over and over and over. But I think the most powerful part of this is the third element, and that's writing it down. Big and bold, writing it down in a journal, on a sticky note. We have grease boards, whiteboards all over in our office here where I'm sitting, and we have those things written down. No different than your goals, because these are part of them, and I believe writing them down so that you can see them. Not only speak them, but you can see them. Not only visualize them, but you can see them. If many of you are like me, number 6 is overcoming the resistance, overcoming those negative beliefs. We have to figure out what those negative beliefs are within us that are contradicting or going against anything that we're affirming. And we have to start on a small note and just start working on them and consciously replace those negative thoughts with the positive and move ahead. Start small, because most of the time, large affirmations do totally feel unbelievable. Start smaller with more manageable statements, and that'll help you gradually build up to more bold and big statements that will carry you forward. And be patient. Something that I lack a lot of is patience. Something that my beautiful wife of 40 7+ years lacks a lot of is patience. All you got to do is, if you want to know a lack of patience, ask us about the last 2.5 weeks. It's been trying, but you persevere, you move ahead. Number 7, and the last one. It's a group activity, really is. And this is not, we're not going to get into a group activity, but this is a group activity of creating your own affirmations. Write down the areas of your life that you want to see positive change in, whether it's your diet, whether it's the supplements that you take, whether it's the exercise you do, whether it's the reach outs that you do, whether it's the conversation you have with the neighbor about the weather or the trees or your grass or whatever. Whatever it is, write down the areas of your life you want to see a positive change in. And then create positive affirmations in that area. That's something that's related totally to those things. And then share them with your coach, mentor, and besties. And not just share them, but say, this is how I'm going to help, how I'm going to incorporate them to help switch my daily routine into a more positive situation. So just to recap, positive affirmations, when they're used consistently, will transform your mindset, your behavior, and really your overall life. And it really is, to understand the power of the tongue should never be underestimated. What you affirm becomes your reality. Speak success, speak life, just speak it into existence. One mouth, 2 ears, speak it. And that's what I got. Stacy, you got anything?
Woohoo! Where's Stacy?
I'm right here. I think I was having the same trouble as you. I couldn't get my camera unmuted.
Go ahead. I'll close it out.
All right, guys. Once again, another great training for you guys. And if you don't understand the power of speaking positive things, you guys need to try it. I know, like Greg said, when you first hear it, it kind of sounds kind of weird talking to yourself in the mirror and repeating it over and over again throughout the day, but it works. When you do those I am statements, and I have mine taped right beside the mirror, so when I wake up in the morning, I'm saying them then, and I'm saying them at night before I go to bed. I at least say them twice a day. So get yourself in a habit and list about 8 to 10 things. I think I've got 10 listed on mine. And make that list tonight and start saying them tonight. Then wake up in the morning and say it before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning. And if you do that, it is crazy how much it changes your mindset and your believability in who you are and what you can do. So, Greg, that was a great training. Melissa, I know you're just going to close it out. Do you want to add anything before you close out?
Well, duh. This is my love language, y'all. This is my training. Oh, my word. Everything he said was point on. Your words have power of life and death over your business. If you speak, I can't, I won't, that is going to kill any momentum that you have. The opposite of that, if you say, I can, I will, and even if you're not, speak it as if it is already. Say, I am an executive. I am this. I am this. And speak it as if, and act as if it is. Treat your business. I don't care if you got one distributor. If you are an executive, you act like one now. That's what I did. Now I've moved on. I've hit executive. Now I am an ambassador and I act like one. And I will continue to do that until I hit it. but you've got to believe it. You have the power. I can tell you all day long, but your words are more powerful over your own life than mine are. So great training, Greg. Woohoo! I love that. You know I did. But I love you guys, and I'm going to declare Ephesians 3:20 over you. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask, because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. You are in the right place at the right time, and I declare a boldness to rise up in each one of you. God's going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we will rise in the ranks because we give him the honor and glory for it all. I love y'all. Have a great night. Thanks, Greg.
Good night.